Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to totally level up how you work with Python lists. We're going to go way beyond just using them as simple storage. You'll learn the key techniques to actually modify them, turning those static collections into some seriously powerful dynamic tools. So let's jump right in. So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the absolute basics, changing just one item. Then we'll kick it up a notch and modify whole ranges of items at once. After that, you'll see how lists can magically grow and shrink. We'll also cover how to add new things without deleting what's already there. And finally, we'll wrap it all up into your brand new list manipulation toolkit. At its heart, a Python list is just a collection of stuff. But the real magic, the secret sauce, is something called mutability. It's just a fancy word that means you can change the list after you've created it. And that is exactly what we're going to master today. All right, first things first, let's start with the most basic, most fundamental operation you will ever perform on a list, changing one single item at a time. This is the building block for everything else we're going to do. It's really just a simple three-step dance. First, you have to target the item you want to change using its index. And here it is, the number one rule you have to burn into your brain. Python always starts counting from 0. So the first item is index 0, the second is 1, and so on. Step 2, you put that index number inside square brackets right after your list's name. And finally, at step 3, just use the good old equal sign to assign the new value. That's literally all there is to it. Okay, let's see this in the wild. We've got our list here, apple, banana, cherry. Let's say we want to switch out banana for blackcurrant. Well, banana is the second item, so its index is 1. Right, so we just write this list, square bracket, 1, equals blackcurrant. And boom, just like that, when you look at the list again, banana is out and blackcurrant is in. So simple, but so powerful. Okay, changing one item is great and all, but what if you need to change a whole bunch of them at once? Well, for that, we're going to use a super handy technique called slicing. This lets us work with an entire range of items all in one go. Now, this is where things get really, really cool. Slicing basically gives you 3 different superpowers. First, you can do a straightforward swap, what we call an equal replacement. But then you can do something amazing. You can replace just one item with many items, which makes your list grow. Or you can do the opposite and replace many items with just one, shrinking the list. This flexibility is just incredible. So this brings us to one of the coolest features of list manipulation, being able to change the actual size of the list on the fly. Slicing isn't just about swapping values, it's about completely reshaping your data. Okay, let's break this down side by side. Over on the left, we're targeting just one item, banana, but we're replacing it with 2 new fruits. You can almost picture the list having to stretch itself out to make room, right? It grows from 3 items to 4. Now on the right, we're doing the exact opposite. We're grabbing 2 items, banana and cherry, and replacing both of them with just 1 new fruit. The list automatically just contracts, shrinking down to only 2 items. So here it is, the golden rule that makes sense of all of this. Your list will only change size if the number of items you're putting in is different from the number you're taking out. Simple as that. If you replace 2 items with 2 new items, the size stays the same. Replace 2 with 1, it shrinks. Replace 2 with 3, it grows. If you can remember that one rule, you've totally mastered dynamic list sizing. But wait a minute, what if you don't actually want to replace anything? What if you just want to neatly add a new item at a very specific spot? For that, we need a totally different tool. Let's talk about the .insert method. Okay, so let's look at the insert method. You should think of this as the precision tool in your toolkit, like a surgeon's scalpel. Unlike slicing, which replaces stuff, insert is non-destructive. It doesn't overwrite any of your data. It just finds the spot you want and carefully adds a new item. All you have to do is tell it where to insert and what to insert. Let's see this in action. We've got our fruit list, and we call this list.insert to, watermelon. We're telling Python, hey, go to index 2, which is where cherry is right now, and just slide watermelon in right there. Now notice what happens to cherry. It's not gone. It just gets pushed one spot down the line to make room. This is the perfect way to picture what's happening. When you insert that watermelon at index 2, the list just politely asks everything from that point on to shuffle one spot to the right. It's a clean, neat insertion, and the list just grows by 1.
All right, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's take a breath, pull all of this together, and summarize the awesome new skills you've just added to your programming toolkit.
So here's your toolkit in a nutshell. You have 3 powerful techniques now. First, for a quick and simple swap of just one item, you'll use direct assignment. Second, when you need to do some heavy lifting, modifying a whole section, or even changing the list's size, range slicing is your go-to power tool. And third, when you need to be precise and add a new item without destroying anything, you'll reach for the insert method. Knowing which tool to grab for the job is what's going to make your code so much smarter.
So there you have it. We've seen how you can take a basic list and bend it to your will in pretty much any way you can imagine. The only question left is, now that you have this power to reshape data on the fly, what are you going to build with it?